Good morning. Yeah, Andy here, and it is just about morning. Actually, no, it's about 7 o'clock, but it's only just about getting light enough to do some recording. So here I am in the beautiful little dwelling town of Bad Liebenzell in Germany, and what an inspiring place this place is. There's just so much going on here, and from everything from its beautiful location in the Black Forest to the legends of the giants in the trails and the hills around us, from the beautiful river that runs through it, thermal baths, Sophie Park. It's like a wisdom trail, a park not far behind me. Plenty. Couldn't even get started, but it is inspiring. And actually, so I've been inspired to be to consider the mystery of our journey and the mystery of faith. So I often ask myself, why are we undertaking this journey around Europe? Why do we sell our house and move into a motorhome, the 5 of us, and commit ourselves to travelling, a season of movement, a season of taking ourselves beyond ourselves, I guess, but not knowing where we're going, really. I do sometimes think, is it madness? Or is there some kind of destiny that awaits us?
It is your destiny.
I really hope it's the latter, actually. But it's made me think about, why do we keep moving? What is it? I mean, Rachel and I each independently had this idea, I think, seeded into us of selling our house, buying a motorhome and travelling around Europe. Now, I knew she'd think I was crazy. As much as she loves me, when I thought no, I'll leave it, I'll sit on it. I'd love to do it. Let's see different places and get out and be freed, I guess, from the trappings of the life I'd become used to. Now, I was therefore most surprised and incredibly delighted when my loving wife turned around and said, well, I just think one day maybe we should just sell up the house and buy a motorhome and travel around Europe in it. I mean, you can imagine my surprise. So here we are, we're doing it, it's become real, and there's so much excitement and adventure to it. I mean, it's definitely taking us beyond ourselves, but why are we doing this? Well, I sort of feel like there is something drawing us through, there's something drawing us further. It's like we've been handed some kind of life-size jigsaw puzzle, but we don't have the picture. We don't know what we're completing. Now, I can look at the pieces, but I don't even have all of them either, and I think that's part of the problem. So I've come to consider it that we have these sort of 3 keys that we're building this journey upon. So the first of these keys, if you like, is faith. What is faith defined as? Well, I guess it's something you believe in, but it's something you believe in that you cannot see. Now, and I definitely think that is true, because this is like an instinct drawing us through this journey. I'll come back to that. The other one is family, and then freedom. So here we are being drawn through this, and I often liken it like a salmon being drawn upstream. And it's like a river's destiny is to flow into the ocean and to become a raging sea, perhaps, or something like that. The salmon swims upstream back to its original birthing grounds to spawn its own young. Now, I don't know what we're going to... I mean, I've got children, so that bit's sort of covered off. But why are we doing this? I think there is some vision that family is so important. And I see the destruction and falling apart of family life all around me. And Rachel sees the same, that, it impacts the whole of our society. So is there something to do with that? Well, yeah, I kind of like to hope so. I kind of like to think that there is some purpose that we've been placed on this planet to... see what I did there? To achieve and bring hope, peace and value to people's lives. But this is a journey of faith. We cannot see what's ahead of us. We don't even know. I mean, I don't even know I'm going to be tonight. I know where I was last night. I know where I am now, but I don't know where I'm going to stay tonight. That's a journey of faith, and it's a real physical journey, but it's a mental journey. It's a soulful journey, a spirit-filled journey for us. And I think that, again, for us, the faith element is, well, it's a bit like that picture of the globe behind us, the Earth. Well, we've got, and actually this is quite a cool place, really, so that's why I came here. But because if you see behind me, you can see that one's Jupiter. That one would be Saturn, but it's missing. And then if you look to the other side of me, then you'll see that there are all the other bits. Now, unfortunately, that black pole, or the bits, other planets, that black pole, you can see, is the sun. I might put a sun on top of it. We'll do something fun like that, shall we? And we've actually come and we've actually seen Saturn in the night sky, Mars in the night sky, and even Jupiter, if my NASA app was right, Star Walk app was correct. I mean, that's amazing. And we've been learning, with the kids in the road schooling this week about the stars. But, it struck me that they are all held into an orbit. There's this gravitational pull that the sun exerts on them to the edges of the solar system, and they orbit it. And they spin round, and the gravitational pull, and there's something like a gravitational pull that is drawing us through the way ourselves, so that we might find whatever this, I guess, I don't know, purpose, destiny, perhaps, is. And so that is the mystery, I think, of our faith in this journey. Now, something else I've observed about movement in the journey is that we have to keep going. This is a season of movement in our lives. So this place is beautiful, and I mean, it's stunningly refreshing and relaxing. I mean, I've spent time literally chilling out in the thermal baths and sauna complex. We've spent time outside in the swimming pool that's here. We've hiked through the trails. We have cycled. There's a beautiful river path to just amble along. It's just flat and peaceful. There's these beautiful parks to explore and engage in. Kids play parks, the Sophie Wisdom Park, and there's so much more we haven't done. And the campsite itself is it's lovely. There's plenty of space, there's shade. It's been beautiful weather while we've been here. But what we and it would be easy to stay. There's good Wi-Fi. There's a Lidl on one side of us and a Netto, so we don't have to walk far to get food. And it's easy. There's electricity. There's all these things that we kind of had on tap, I suppose, in our former life in England, which we kind of gave up because we don't want to I don't want to think, well, I don't know where the water comes from, we turn on the tap and it arrives. No, I think there's something to be worked for. There's something to be appreciated about the scarcity of resources on our dear planet, and that actually one day it might switch off, like freedoms did during the lockdown period in COVID. All of a sudden we've got used to global travel. We can't do that so easy anymore, if at all, actually. And things can change in a moment, in a snap, in an instant like that. So we take it for granted. And I think that for us, we have to move. We have to pack up and keep going. Hence, I'm shooting this early on in the morning because we've got to move on today. And that's in part because we sense a draw to Italy, and it's possible again that the FCO might close that opportunity, that travel corridor, because of the pandemic situation. And so we want to be there before that happens. And I don't know why. Perhaps something will happen while we're there. Who knows? But we'll find out. But because I think there's something greater, there's something more than us drawing us through, we're heading for that. We're heading along this way, this different way, and I've noticed that we need to follow the light. Like the Earth, you see, the life on Earth flourishes mostly, apart from nocturnal animals. I know that, but when it's facing towards the sun, and so we've got to keep following that, walking in the light wherever we see it, to find, I guess, the truth of what it is and what our future will be, and the truth of our now. I'll talk about family, I think, and freedom more another time. But for now, we are living as a family of the five of us, and we get to focus on that, and that's epic. And I'm learning more about. I'm not learning more about camera control at the moment, am I? But I'm learning more about being a father and the presence of being a father and the importance of that in my children's lives. But also the freedom as well. We are free, and more so than most, I think, at the moment. Our kids are being road schooled, and the kids in the UK have just gone back to school, and then a couple of them get colds, or maybe the COVID virus, and so they're off school again. And that's really unsettling. Whereas ours, we pack up and move every day and talk to them at some point about how they feel about that, whether it's stable. But they have the stability of knowing that their motorhome is their home every day. They have the stability of, wherever it's parked might be different, and they also have the stability of knowing that we're with them every day, willing. So that's important. So as we head on to the light, our journey, and look for it, our journey will continue.